Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yes, darling. Toast. Okay, sit down. Do you want two or three? Okay, 4. Right, we've got people waiting in the stream already. Let's just get this up and running. Yes, darling. Toast. Okay, 2 minutes. I've got a demanding daughter here that wants something to eat. What, darling? Okay, wait there.
Oh, still feels surreal, doesn't it? What happened yesterday? Oh,
it was an embarrassment.
Just give us 2 seconds, lads. 2 seconds.
Well, you were a better team for the first 4 minutes, but then after that, we just sort of got into the game. Yeah, there were like first 4 minutes. Wednesday were a better team, but then after that, we just got into the game, and then when it got to 3-0, it was just like I was like, "Is this actually happening?" And like goals in 25 minutes.
The game was flattened for us after 1-2 goals you scored. We just there were no movement, no eye press. It was just shocking, really.
Yes, darling.
Barry Bannon's getting on though, isn't he?
I think your manager got a shock at the high press.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Right, here we go. Welcome to the our show today, the Mackem Cabbie and Davey and show, and we've got some good special guests as well. Our usual, we've got Jacob. How you doing, mate?
Good evening.
And we got a special guest, a Sheffield Wednesday. Would you like to introduce yourself, mate?
Hello, my name is Ollie. I am. I've got a Clates. My YouTube channel is called Clates08. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan. And yeah.
Yeah, welcome on board, mate. It's good to see you. Evening, we've got people waiting. We've got 27 people in the chat already. Ken says Ken Walton, good evening. He's a member of the channel. Good evening to you both. Still struggling to get over that performance. Jack Reed says, go on, Cabbie. Richard Stedman, hello. He says, evening, Cabbie lad. So we'll start first of all with our guesting. What were you making of that performance? And obviously a great 4-0 win over Plymouth. And to be honest with you, a lot of Sunderland fans, including myself, were quite sort of, oh, don't know about this. They look like a decent side. Were you surprised with your performance at the stadium, Elite?
Yeah, I was actually, because I thought I'd expect Wednesday to play better, obviously, but that first game of the season against Plymouth were brilliant. But let's be realistic, though. Plymouth are not really a that good team, if I'm honest. Sunderland are a way better team than Plymouth. We absolutely smashed Plymouth out of the park. I know how good Sunderland are. You've got such a young and hungry team with a lot of energy. So you absolutely smashed us, and you absolutely deserve the win.
Yeah, that's what were you? Hello, Davey. You all right, mate? And I take you went to the game.
Yeah, I was there, right.
Aye. So, what did you make of it? Were you expecting that result?
Nah, you can always expect it with Sunderland. I mean, if we turn up, and we can beat any team in that league, as you know, Stuart. But I just thought our manager got it spot on. The high press. I mean, I've never, ever seen Barry Bannon as quiet in a game in my life.
Yes, but okay.
It got to the point where the only time he was getting on the ball was on the edge of his own box.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
That's the only time he could get on the ball.
I'll be back in a second. Just have a chat amongst yourself. My daughter just wants a toast done. Just carry on. I'll be back in a second, lads.
But we pressed well. We were hungry. It was everything that we were under Tony Mowbray. And the Sheffield Wednesday lad there, I mean, that roughly was nearly the same team that you beat at the end of last season. But what a difference.
Yeah. The comparison's much different. Like, Beale and Dodds, Sunderland, to this team now. Yeah. I think Reggie Labrie, it's only 2 games, but you know
you can see a massive difference just in the shape alone, Jacob. The shape is absolutely tremendous.
It was just mental. When the third goal went in, it was. I think it were over when it went 3-0. As soon as it got to 3-0, I think the game were over.
Yeah.
But no,
Well, you weren't you?
Blakes, were you at the game?
Yeah,
I wasn't. I did a video where I recorded myself just watching the game. That's pretty much all I did, which I've done for most away vlogs actually, because it's quite hard to get tickets.
Yeah, prices are ridiculous, and
I've watched your stream, Clayton. Is that your dad who you're in the room with?
Yeah, sometimes I get him in, sometimes I don't, but he's a very passionate Wednesday fan.
Aye. What's going on? He was shouting.
He does overreact a bit sometimes, but
that's passion. That's passion, Clayton. I can be like that. To be fair.
Passion, I agree.
Yeah.
Jacob, what were you? Were you surprised at that result? Were you expecting it?
No, I mean I was predicting a 3-1 win, but I just couldn't believe it because I watched the Wednesday and Plymouth game. Wednesday were amazing, but Plymouth, it's Wayne Rooney in it. He's not a good manager, and I think Plymouth they're going to be rock bottom of the table this season. So I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be a closer game than what it actually was. So
absolutely,
yeah, just like Davey says, good teamwork, passing it well. It's just good high press.
Absolutely.
Unlike with Beale and Dodds, it was just they're in pilot mode, weren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we've got our regular caller here. We've got Rosie. How are you doing, Rosie? All right, Beth?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good. We've just been asking. We've got is that Ollie with Sheffield Wednesday fan with Davey and Jacob. We're just talking about the game. Were you surprised with that result? Seeing Sheffield Wednesday got off to a flyer against Plymouth. Were you expecting Sunderland to win like that?
Well, I predicted 2-1 Sunderland win. But because obviously after last season where Sheffield Wednesday beat us 2-0 at the Stadium of Light, I thought that it was going to be like one of them games.
Yeah.
But I was absolutely surprised with the scoreline. I was sat at home watching the game on Sky, and it was just absolutely class. The way how we closed down the Sheffield Wednesday players, and obviously with Brown not being in the squad, and Chris Rigg, he actually had Bannon in his back pocket.
A few people have said that. Yeah, it was kind of an uncharacteristic performance from Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday. It's like because believe it or not, as we know, Sunderland's performances are like that at home are a rare breed, where the game's put to bed within the first minute of the second half. And the lads will agree, it's very, very rare that we can sit back and put our tartan slippers on and smoke a pipe and relax totally for the second half, because that's few and far between. Any particular player stood out for you?
For me, the one player what stood out for me yesterday was Mienda.
Yeah, we're just wishing for him to get his hat-trick. Yeah, he took his especially his first goal. He took it well, didn't he? I mean, it was clean. So it was a great ball played through him after a mistake, and he nearly burst the net with his shot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely, and of course we've got a test next week where we've got Burnley. You confident with that?
The performance what I've seen against Cardiff and Sheffield Wednesday, I am actually hopeful. I think that is going to be a 3-0 win for Sunderland.
Wow, 3-0 win against Burnley. Well, I tell you what, we'll be definitely saying we're title contenders if we do that, Rosie.
Yeah.
Are you having that, Davey and Jacob? 3-0 will beat Burnley?
Why not?
Aye. Cabbie will be sniffing his nana's knickers if that happens.
Stuart, I'd rather you let them know than in a few months' time.
I've got a question.
Oh, Davey. You what, Rosie? What were you saying?
I've got a question for Ollie.
Okay, fire away, Rosie.
So, what did he think of the performance of Windass and Bannon yesterday?
You hear that, Ollie?
What was that? Sorry, no, I didn't hear it.
It's just fire that question again, Rosie.
We can't hear it. We can't hear Rosie.
The performance of Windass and Bannon yesterday.
Yeah, Rosie's saying, what did you think about the performance of Windass and Bannon yesterday? Yes,
for
Pet.
me,
Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah, carry on, Ollie, you fine, mate?
I thought Bannon were a bit quiet, but, you know, he can definitely pull off them good performances. He's one of the best players at the club. But Windass, obviously, with the second goal, I think he was trying to be a bit too clever, really, with the back heel. I think he should have, you know, took a touch and then passed it out wide instead of flicking it on to a Sunderland player behind him. But they both could have played better, but overall, you know, we'll move on.
Oh, the wife's out and I'm leaving with kids' duties. I've got to go. Rosie, cheers for your call again, pet.
It's alright.
Possibly we'll get you on the show next week if you want to come on.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Right, okay. Well, next week we'll get you on the show and you can join us for the whole lot, eh?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome,
Good
Rosie.
on her.
Ta-ra, pet.
Take care, Rosie. Thanks for calling
So there
in.
we go. She's going to join us next week, Rosie. She's all right, Rosie. Yeah, sorry about I'm having to keep leaving. It's just our when you've got kids to sort out, they pick the moments. Oh dear. We're going to get involved in the chat here. God, we've got loads coming up here. D Hall says welcome, Ollie. Rosie, who we've just been speaking to, says good evening. Pixel Rich says evening, lads. Striker problem. What problem? Speakman talk. Jack Reed says good fan base as Sheffield Wednesday. Well, absolutely. I mean, they must have took about 3,000 up, did they?
They did. Yeah, pretty much.
You know, to be fair, they made plenty of noise even when they were 4-0 down. Colin Major, you recognise Colin Major, Davey? He says hi, lads.
Yeah.
Dougie says hi, Cabbie and Jacob, and I don't think he's noticed Ollie's on as well. But Daisy went all right, lads. Dougie Stewart says, was expecting a closer game and it surprised me a lot. Topsy T says, evening, Cabbie lads. Topsy T says, I don't think we will win that game. I think it's on about the Burnley game. But we'll settle for a draw. Dougie says,
I said 2-2.
You said 2-2.
I'm going for 2-2 for Burnley, aye.
Dougie Stewart says, nice seeing fans getting on together, absolutely. Richard Stedman says, Paddy Roberts needs some great praise. The last 2 games, he's been on fire. He looks a lot more confident so far this season compared to the last. Roberts is a must to keep fit. And that's a pretty good point, isn't it? I mean, because we were saying about Patrick Roberts that he wasn't his usual sell last season. But the last 2 games, he's really come on, hasn't he? I mean, he crosses into the box and stuff. His contribution and work rate seems to be getting back to the way he was. I was really impressed with Roberts. SJ says, "You what, Davey?"
I'm saying, Stuart. I've been very impressed with the fitness of all the players. We look stronger right through the side.
We did.
I mean, have you seen the size of Patterson now?
I know.
He's massive.
Absolutely. I mean, he's obviously feeding them the Weetabix, aren't they?
He's got them fitted. There's no doubt about that.
SJ, hello, mate. Carry on, Jacob. Sorry.
He says it how it is, I think. I say Reggie LeBrie speaks sense, doesn't he?
Yes, darling. What?
Since from the interviews I've seen, he just, you know. And like Davey said, I think last week, he's a workaholic. He'll move on to the next game. And even if we've played well, he'll still point out what we need to improve on. Because Nick Barnes said that to Sean Middleton. He'll come in Monday morning
Back
or
in a
Tuesday
second,
and say,
guys, hold on.
I've seen that.
What you want in a manager. You need that in a manager.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Burnley there'll be no mugs, will there? Burnley, they're a good side.
No.
But I'll go for a point. I say to players, let's try and get a point at least. Because, I mean, in the Cardiff game, but Cardiff actually had more possession. But yeah, this 5-0, second game at season.
Well, I mean, yesterday when we were 3-0 up, Sheffield Wednesday had more possession than Sunderland.
I mean, Clates, what did you think to the offside goal that Wednesday got? Do you think it was offside, or do you think it wasn't?
It was. I think it was offside. Yeah,
Yeah. Because there was another Wednesday fan who I watched today, and he was going mental for the offside, which I think you would anyway, wouldn't you? But
so were you watching another YouTuber? I'm assuming.
Yeah, can't remember his name.
Who? Sorry.
I can't remember his name, but I can get him up because it'd be in my history on YouTube. But
All right. Okay.
But the one that I've.
So Ollie, how do you feel after that defeat? Are you still confident of the season going forward?
Well, I mean, it's only 2 games, so I mean, losing 4-0, we can reflect on that. We can move on. So I hope that the players are not too deflated after losing 4-0 to Sunderland. So hopefully we can push on from there and hopefully have a higher mid-table finish, or at least maybe top 10, and hopefully not fight in a relegation battle like we did last season.
I think you'll be fine. You've got some good players.
Yeah.
And a good manager. He's a good manager at the death, him like.
Yeah, Danny Roll. He's a very good manager. He definitely knows what he's doing for sure.
Yeah. And it was called Ben Harris. Sorry, Davey, but the YouTuber was Ben Harris.
Ben Harris?
Yeah.
I think he overreacts too much, I think.
You've got a big game on Friday night.
Oh, yeah, Leeds United. I'm looking forward to that game. I will be vlogging that game for sure.
Yeah,
Yorkshire Derby, innit?
What's that,
Yorkshire Derby.
Yeah, it's a Yorkshire Derby. I'm actually confident we could beat Leeds, you know. But I would take the point against Leeds, despite they've not really been on the best of form.
No, you're playing Leeds at a good time.
Yeah, we are. I know it's only 2 games in, but yeah.
Leeds are falling apart again.
Yeah, as they say.
Let's gonna go back on the chat as well. We're getting messages thick and fast. SJ says, I think Brown gets back in if he's fit for Burnley. Bit harsh on Rig, but against Burnley, we're going to need experience and a calming influence in midfield, as they've got Premier League players still. Which, I was impressed with Brown when he played like him. We do need some experienced heads against Burnley. Telly says, I think it was 2K Sheffield Wednesday fans went up, 2,000. Pixel Rich says, got mates as Sheffield Wednesday fans. They just want to survive the 24-25 season after talking with a few of them. Dougie Stewart says, it's Ollie, sorry, I forgot your name wrong. Jim says, Regis Labrie reminds me of Tony Mowbray, but with tactics, strategy, and a coaching upgrade. Players are buying into his playing style well. Rosie Law says, we are a lot better on set pieces, which of course was a miss. God, these messages are coming in by the ton. Bristolian Mackem, how you doing, mate? Says, was very impressed with the whole team. Jim Nesbitt, hello, mate, welcome along. Says, saw a vid of Roberts in early pre-season and noticed that he looked really fit. Colin Major says, Patterson, Davey, they call it Gromore. Oh, dear me. Yes, Rosie Law. Pavida is playing in the under-21s game against Newcastle tonight. I don't know what even the score is on that. So it's his first...
Newcastle.
Was it?
Yeah. Trippier's playing for Newcastle, like.
Oh, is he?
Right.
He's still a bairn, isn't he?
He's overrated, isn't he? Overrated.
D Hall says, I'd settle for a point against Burnley. The Bristolian Mackem, you can see he's offside easily on the replays. I take it one of our goals. I don't know. Jim Nesbitt.
Sheffield Wednesdays.
Sheffield Wednesday. So I didn't get quite a good look at that, but he was quick enough to put the flag up, mind, wasn't he? When that went in, because if that goal had stood, then who knows? You just need that one goal, and you're going in at half time 3-1. It could have changed the game. It's small margins, really.
I'll tell you what, that the linesman done well on 09's goal, because that could have been easy offside by a linesman.
It could have been, yeah. And it was the correct decision as well, because he wasn't offside.
But he done well to say it. It was good.
It was good because it was quick.
Aye.
It was quick. Dougie Stewart be happy with a point also against Burnley. A win would be a good statement of intent. Pixel Rich, want to say welcome along, Ollie, from Sheffield Wednesday. You brought some great fans yesterday. Well done for coming on here. So there we go.
Yeah, good on him.
He says, Dougie Stewart says, hope you lot beat Leeds. They're easily beatable, like, Ollie, I do think. Absolutely. D Hall says, just realised our under-21s are playing Mags tonight. Jim Nesbitt, hi Jacob, hope Leeds don't sign Clark before they play you. Not this window either.
How much is Jack Clark worth, just out of interest?
Well, we put a price of 25 million on him.
I would say that's a fair price. He's a very good player for this league.
Yeah.
He's about the only player at the moment that we've not tied down with a contract extension. I mean, Ballard's started the ball rolling, and then we've got the likes of Regan, Bellingham and stuff. There's still a sort of woman and hour whether Clark will be off, to be quite honest with you. But who knows? I mean, money talks, but
I think he'll stay.
I think there's a good. Sorry, no. I do think because there's a feel-good factor in the stadium, and amongst the team. Why would he want to go? Unless, of course, it's a Premier League team, and ka-ching talks as it always does, doesn't it? Yes, darling. Okay, good girl.
Stuart, I kind of see a Premier League team paying 25 million for him.
Well, we think he's not quite Premier League quality, do we?
No, he hasn't got the pace to play in the Premier League. I'm telling you.
No. Well, he proved that when we played the Mags. He was.
You've got to be electric fast to play on the wing in the Premier League. Just look at all the wingers. They're like lightning, every one of them.
Oh, aye. He'll just get eaten up, won't he?
Yeah. He's better stop where he is.
James SAFC Ramsey says, evening, lads. Bring on Burnley. 1-0 Sunderland, he reckons. Quite a few fans confident against Burnley.
You've got to be confident.
Absolutely. Richard Stedman says, what do you make of all the Clark to Leeds talk? I'd be gutted if it's true. I mean, that's his boyhood club, isn't it, Leeds United? I believe so. So you could possibly understand why he did go there if that's his boyhood club. A time will tell.
But Stuart, they sold him for 5 million. Can you see them buying him back for 25 million?
It's something like stupid we would do, isn't it? Never mind any other club.
Right.
But no, I know it's a big jump up without a doubt. David Clayton says, top man Clayt's 08. He says, up the Owls.
Didn't even know my dad was on the was actually watching the stream.
Is that your dad? Well, hey, bring him on next time, mate. Next week if he wants to come on and all.
I'll let him know. He can come on.
Bring your dad on and all. Let's have them all on. Do you know what I mean? And Colin Major, where are you? And all. You can have a seat next to Davey. Steve Taylor, under 21s, 1-0 down against Newcastle. Pavida started. C. Minton says, sorry, Ollie, that Josh Winders had his hat-trick of assists. Reminds me of when Sunderland got 3 own goals against Charlton in about 10 minutes. Gary Hoyle, hello, mate, how are you doing? Okay, Burnley will be a tougher matter, but still think we'll take them for a 1-0 win. And Jack Reed says 30 to 4 million on my price tag for Jack Clark. Want Clark to stay, but who knows? We go. Pixel Rich says, what about our fixtures home and away until New Year? 8 p.m. kickoff, New Year's night. I mean, yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it, with these kickoff times, man? They're all over the place. I mean, are you the same? Are you the same, Ollie? Can you not stand these kickoff times when they keep making them 8 o'clock, 12:30, and 12:45s, and you just don't know what time you're kicking off from one week to the next, do you?
Well, I've noticed that we one have been looking through the fixture list. We're on Sky so many times. I don't understand why we're on Sky that many times. It's ridiculous. I don't really know what to say, but I don't really know what to say to that. But
I think
it's nice to be on Sky a lot, though.
It's money. It is money.
I think every team is on 20 times in the season.
20 times, wow.
Yeah. That's because of them new channels you see on the red button.
Oh, yeah, that's Sky Sports Plus.
Yeah.
If you click the red button, it gives you 7 or 8 other games. You can scroll along so you can take your pick what you want to watch. Hey, it's good if you're a football fan. James SAFC Ramsey says, I think Sheffield Wednesday will bounce back on Friday night against Leeds United and win 2-1. Good luck with the rest of the season, Sheffield Wednesday. Dougie Stewart says, can see Clark going to Leeds, a Prem team, yes, but not a rival. Yes, it is, says Jack Reed. Yes, it is, Cabbie. Rosie Law says, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe to the Mackem Cabbie YouTube channel. Thank you very, very much. And
doesn't cost a penny, does it,
Cabbie? It does not. Oh, absolutely, does it? Hell, cost a penny? Absolutely not. Right, Jacob, then, who was your man of the match, Sheffield Wednesday?
I go with Mienda, actually.
Mienda. What about you, Davey?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt, Job, I thought he was absolutely fantastic from first minute to last minute.
Yeah, a lot of people said his work rate was second to none, like.
Oh, he's bulked out and all, hasn't he?
He has. Absolutely. He's definitely, if I like to say Regis Labrie, he's definitely feeding him the ready brick.
Yeah, he's doing something right. I mean, look at Sirkin.
Aye.
He's another one bulked out. He looks powerful now.
Who would you give your man of the match to for Sheffield Wednesday, Ollie, if you'd pick one?
Well, it's pretty hard, really, with the way we played. But I think, for me, James Beadle, for me, if he weren't in there, I think we would have conceded way more goals. James Beadle's an absolutely fantastic keeper. He really is.
Yeah.
He made a hell of a save off Chris Rigg just seconds before half time. He just came out of nowhere, Beadle. Like, he was like that was going to bulge the back of the net, and he just his fingertips. It was a good save. It was a hell of a save.
Brilliant save on him.
Even Chris Rigg was like just about to celebrate, thinking that's going to hit the back of the net, and it didn't. So, good keeper to keep fit, I would say that. Yeah, Richard Stedman says he thought Sirkin was class. I mean, how important is Sirkin? Like,
huge.
Davey, you said that last week. I mean, he's all right. He's an all-rounder, isn't he? But he's so good with his head, isn't he?
Yeah. He just gets around the pitch. He gets all over.
He does. And I was just impressed with that header, though. It was just it was a cracking free kick brought in, but he knew where that was gone before it hit his head, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was surprised how much space he actually had in the box. Because
I thought Chef Wed had too many in the wall.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I can agree on that as well. I noticed when also we're not good at defending set pieces. We've never been, so that is just a Wednesday thing, and it will probably never change.
No, not at all. So I mean, Ollie, what's your expectations of this season? Obviously, it can be a tricky question to ask. There's only 2 games left. I mean, look, we can get carried away with 1 out of 2. And there's a few Sunderland fans saying, "Oh, that's it, we're going up this season," and that. But I won't be saying that about our club. There's a long way to go yet. I mean, What realistically would you be happy with this season?
Realistically, for me, I would be absolutely fine with at least upper mid-table finish. It would be very nice for top 10, and it would be even happier if we get playoffs. But I think we're a contender for playoffs, and so I think Sunderland as well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Can you imagine that? Playoff meet part 2. That would be something, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. I'd love to get playoffs. I really would.
Did you go to both home and away of the playoffs that year we played you?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to the away match. No, I went to the obviously the home match, but I weren't. If you want me to be honest, I weren't a YouTuber back when we played you in the playoffs. I was only a YouTuber just over a year ago now. So
it was some game that, wasn't it? I mean, because I can't remember who was it that scored for you that brought the tie level 1-1 on aggregate.
Lee Gregory.
Aye, and of course we just thought that's going to turn the tie around, wasn't it? And that's just the harsh reality of the playoffs. It's great when you go through and do it, but it's agonising when you're on the receiving end, because we were, of course, the season when we played Luton Town, and we were knocked out, and they went up and got promoted and stuff. But that is the lottery of the playoffs. You have seen been there many times. Have you got a lot of faith in your manager, Ollie? Do you think he's going to do all right?
100%. I think he's a cracking manager, just like your manager as well. Two fantastic managers. They know what they're doing. So hopefully Wednesday should be fine, and hopefully you should be fine as well.
Good on you, Ollie.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, nice one, Ollie.
I think that we need to get him some vocabulary lessons, Regis Labrie. The whole of the stadium was chanting, Regis, give us a wave, Regis, and he just stood there and he never reacted anything. And I don't think he understands what the fans are singing to him. He just stood there as well. And did anybody notice the tarpaulin that came loose, the advertising thing on the pitch?
Yeah. I noticed that as well. Yeah.
Patterson had to sort it out, didn't he?
Yeah, some Sunderland fans say it was only Patterson had to make. I thought that's a bit bloody harsh, but it could have been interesting. That could have been another beach ball incident if that was Sheffield Wednesday on the attack and that thing just blows in. Do you know what I mean? But that's never happened before at the Stadium of Light. I didn't even think it was that bloody windy.
Oh, can get windy in the ball.
Apparently, we've got a new PA system as well. I don't know what it sounded like, but
fantastic.
Were you there? You were there, weren't you, Davey?
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. It was like being at a gig.
Was it that? Was that the difference?
Oh, it was fantastic. The pitch and all. The pitch is absolutely like a billiard table.
What do they mean by a synthetic pitch? What exactly does that mean?
Well, apparently some of it's synthetic, and then they sow the grass into that. I don't know how it's done, but
because
I saw the video on the channel the Sunderland channel about the new pitch and new PA system and floodlights. There's some more safety barriers as well in there. I think the Roker end they've got in front of sorting that out too.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be the best pitch even in the Premier League.
Because you think synthetic grass surely won't grow. I'm thinking I don't know how that works.
There's no proper grass into it or something. Watch the video.
I'll have a look into it. I just think it's a bit of an artificial turf there, and he's there with his lawnmower. And I'm gonna have to.
I know what you're saying. You think if they cut it, they'll not grow back.
Aye.
Marvellous what they can do these days, isn't it?
Aye, Did you see that headlines before as well? Michael Beale claims he was really hurt by Sunderland fans' rejections.
Yeah, watch his interview. He's going to interview one.
I know. Yes, Pet. Oh, what are you watching?
Wonder where he'll go next.
I see it. I don't know. Right, we'll get onto signings as well then. So Sunderland, this is another headline, set for Alexander Mendy breakthrough as Khan close in on replacement. Then there's more and more speculations that we're going to land Mendy. What do you reckon about that, Davey and Jacob? You think we'll get him?
Yeah, it looks on now, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And we'll obviously need more than one striker. Though I still do think we need a couple. What about you, Ollie? Is there any players that you'd still like to see coming in to strengthen the squad?
I think we've already brought in 10 players already. But I would like to see definitely another striker. Although I know we've signed EK, but I feel like we need a bit more competition in there. But midfield depth is not very pleasant. So I feel like we need another midfielder and probably another centre back as well.
I was reading some of the Sheffield Wednesday forums. Some of the fans are saying Barry Bannon's past it. Do you think that's a bit harsh?
Well, I mean, he's 35, but I wouldn't necessarily think he's past it. I still think he's got it in him to do well. Maybe this season, I think he maybe have got another season in him. But I think after that, I think he's definitely past it after that.
Yeah, I mean, he was poor yesterday, but he was fantastic against Plymouth.
How long's he been with you, Plates? How long's he been with you? Wednesday.
He came in 2015, so he's been around for about 9 years.
Brilliant. I think that's the same with Alan Brown, with Preston, who we have now. I think that's how long Alan Brown were at Preston for. He came in 2015.
Was he a free transfer or did you buy him?
Free transfer.
Free transfer, Alan Brown.
That's right.
He were good against Cardiff, were Alan Brown.
Yeah.
Is he a midfielder?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what we wanted. It's good that they're bringing in more experience.
Ollie, he's a bit like Rodri.
Right, okay.
At the minute, Davey, you've got to admit, I feel like KLD and Speakman, they said, oh, we're going to learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
It seems like they're doing it, don't they, with Alan Brown signing,
Yeah. They need a striker. Like an experienced striker is a must.
Yeah. We need another Ross Stewart. That's what we need.
Aye.
Someone who knows the back of the onion bag.
Well, that was so. To me, the most pleasing goal yesterday was the fourth one because it must be 2.5 years since Sunderland scored a goal from inside the 6-yard box.
I mean, as daft as it seems, I wasn't comfortable at us even being 3-0 up. That's just the way I am. But that fourth goal put it to bed. I mean, was I being daft there, Ollie? Did you think if 3-0 up, at what point did you think the game was gone? I mean, because you come to a cut-off point where 2-0 or was still in it, 3-0 maybe.
2-0.
I thought it was done after 2-0.
Just 2 goals, yeah.
Just 2 goals, yeah. I weren't confident that we were going to get back into it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it was certainly a strange one at that. I'm just trying to go through some of the.
Stuart, just going back Alan Brown for a minute.
Yeah.
He's never missed a game through injury for 8 years, and he plays 1 game for Sunderland and he's injured.
Well, I've said,
and that's true.
I've said many a times it's something to do with the North Sea up here, man. The North Sea breeze.
Yes, he must be drinking.
What, pet?
How long's he injured for?
2 seconds. Do you want a blanket, Summer?
Alan Brown, I think, is he?
Yeah,
2 years? I'm not sure if he's 2 years. Is it a 2-year deal?
I think it's 2 year plus 12, option of another year.
Yeah.
Because he is 30. He's 30, Ollie.
Oh, 30? Oh, right.
Yeah.
But no, that's
because
Preston
played over 400 games in the Championship.
He's played 100 games, did he say?
400.
100, right.
Yeah. Preston fans weren't happy when he were leaving.
No.
He's one of their best players, weren't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was, yeah. And we probably played against him in that dreadful 17-18 season when we went down from the Championship. So
yeah, he's played 9 seasons for them.
Like you say, Davey, it seems like that Tony Mowbray era's back. You know, when we were in that first season of the Championship, we're passing it well. You know, it's a team get. The lads are the good atmosphere's back.
Well, they're buying into the manager. It looks like they're buying into the manager, and I think this manager's got a bit more tactical nous about them than Tony Mowbray had.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like getting a new processor for your PC, isn't it? It's just a bit of an upgrade. But mind you, we played some lovely stuff under Mowbray, though. I think.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Played some
Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, aye. God, these messages, I can't keep up with them. What the hell? I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It'll be interesting to see how Lebris comes up against when the teams come to the stadium and play with a low block, which is what we've struggled with in the past.
We've not been able to break teams down, have we?
No. Under Mowbray, we couldn't.
No. You yet to be. We've got the talent to do it, Dave.
Right? It's just the way. It's just playing the way. I think we're sorted. I think we're playing. We've got a great shape about us. I mean, there's Dan Neil yesterday. You hardly seen him.
No.
But he done loads of work.
Absolutely.
But he gives the other 2 lads freedom just to play. Because he just sits in front of the back 4.
Pixelrich says, thanks for discussing the Sky-related kick-off times. He says, money is talking at the expense of the fans and season card holders. Mackem hello mate. Speakman won't sell Clark for less than 20 million, and Leeds won't pay 20 million, I don't think. And that's exactly what you said, Davey. If they're selling, not what the...
Well, I didn't get it wrong. I think Leeds have got the money. The Leeds have definitely got the money. I mean, they've just sold that Rutter for 40 million or 50 million.
Aye. Rosie Laws was on about the Sheffield Wednesday man of the match. She's going to go for, she says, Smith for man of the match. Catch on.
I don't think it's worth putting him on.
No. The Bristolian Mackem Circum reminds me a bit of Arca, the way he gets forward.
Yeah, great going forward.
Oh, he has an all mind.
He's a good defender and all.
He just said, Jim Nesbitt's just said, Cirkin is a real aerial threat as well as being fantastic left back. The Bristolian Mackem Clark is fast enough for the Prem if Jack Grealish is.
No.
Pam T, hello, welcome on the channel, on the chat. This is hi Mackem Cabbie and crew. Job was much fitter too for the match. Cirkin was looking so sharp too. Great game. Travelling from Ireland to see Burnley, another point or 3 in the bag. Thanks all for the chat, she says.
Good.
Richard says, question, with 09 and Alessi playing well together at the minute, will Dan Ballard get back in if the performances continue? What do you reckon,
No.
You don't think so?
No. There'll be no rush to bring him back, which is a good thing, really.
Jacob, do you reckon about that? If Ballard comes fit, don't bring him straight into the side. Leave the side as it is.
Maybe not risk it. Maybe for a few games, don't put him on, just so that he can recover. But then, as soon as he's proper fit and ready, get him on with Sirkin and O'Nien, flip around the defence, and then I think we'll be sorted then, pretty much, at the back.
SJ says... Sorry, Davey.
I'm just going to say to Jeff, so would he leave Elise out then?
No, not Elise either, because Elise is pretty good as well, so I think you've got to mix and rotate that. No, you can't, no. I think you could maybe also play Elise as a left back, couldn't you? So
he's a better centre half, though.
Yeah. I was glad when he came back, Elise, because he did well in that first season.
09 has started absolutely fantastic. You could never leave him out.
He loves it.
Oh, we've scored, by the way, in the under-21s. It's 1-1.
Oh, very good.
Who scored, Jacob?
I don't know. It's just said Sunderland score, but I think it'll tell me in a minute on FootMob.
Oh, well,
I hope Ian Pervader scored.
Yeah.
Vader.
I don't think he'll still be on, do you?
Goodness.
What is he starting or is he on the bench?
Started.
He was starting.
I think they'll only give him 60 minutes, though.
60 minutes, right.
Were you impressed with him, Ollie?
When he was at Wednesday, yeah, I was actually. He's a fast player. I did like him, but I think he's just a bit too injury prone for me.
Yeah, that's the problem with a minute.
We're used to that.
Ollie, I've heard he winds the opposition fans up, Pervader. Is that true? Apparently,
I didn't take much notice, but I believe he does. I think he does, yeah.
We need a bit of that nastiness in our team, don't we? Especially with Sunderland. Like, wind the other fans maybe up a bit, or wind some players on the opposition team.
I noticed Pervader doesn't score many goals. Is there any reason for that?
But I can't really think of a reason. I know he assists. I think he assists a lot of
goals.
He's got a lot of assists, but
yeah,
I don't know why he doesn't score many goals.
That's the stuff. SJ says he's on about the pitch. Grass and plastic sewn together. Most Premier League teams have that kind of pitches, and I just can't get my head around the science. Plastic doesn't grow, so when you cut plastic, where I don't know. I'm going to look into it. There'll be something that'll make my mind go, oh, that's how it does work. But I kind of get my head around that. Like,
so do you think the grass cutters must be set so they just cut the grass and not the plastic bits?
Good point. I mean, the plastic's not going to grow, so it's only going to be the grass that grows. So therefore, it's only going to trim the grass. It could be. I'll have a look into it.
The player who scored, it's come up. He's called Tamir. I don't know. Yeah, Terov, something like that. Tamir, his name is.
Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Oh well, good for the lad. Pixelvich says about the PS. Sorry, Jack, what were you going to say, mate?
59 possession as well. They've Newcastle 41%. We've got 59%.
Oh, good. Good.
And we've shots on target 5. Sunderland, Newcastle 3. Shots off target is 5 for us, 3 for them. We've had 5 corners. They've had 3. We've committed more fouls though, but with the shots on target, it seems like we're the better team.
Yeah.
And yeah, them lot up the road, they always give it the big one, don't they?
Well, if we beat them, they'll be punching horses, wouldn't they, again?
Yeah.
Pixelvich says about the PA system, he says it was brill. Is it the Bosch system? This is best in the world. They've certainly improved that way. Dougie Stewart says, Cabbie, I liked your call a total sport this evening. Did you hear it, Davey?
Yeah. Yeah, Mackem Cabbie, he wasn't very complimentary, was he?
He wasn't, was he?
Nah.
What did he say?
He's a bit down. He got a right bollocking off one caller.
I know, he was in one of the moods tonight, like, wasn't he? But I'm surprised he agreed with me when I says about, what do you think of Sunderland's... It's all right, we're playing well now, but do you worry about Sunderland's depth in the squad? That's the thing. If we start getting injuries, and he agreed with that, he says that's still a concern. The problems will arise when the Sunderland players start getting injured. But, I listened to the whole show.
That's a bit of an anomaly, that question, because you cannot expect a team in the Championship to have as good an 11 on the bench as what the 11 that plays. That's not going to happen, is it?
Not like the Premier League, no.
No. And he was sort of saying, we haven't got the depth. Well, obviously, you're not going to have as good a players on the bench as what you've got starting. That's going to be right through the Championship, I would think.
Aye. I think that's why it's important to get these 2 strikers in, because when we've lost what firepower we did have, like last season when Clark was injured, we were knackered, man. There was just no goals. Do you know what I mean? So I think vitally we need to have the backup, especially up front. Jim Nesbitt says our 3 midfielders average 19 years. Totally boss Sheffield Wednesday midfield. Bannon had no chance. That's what Jim Nesbitt says. C. Minton says, or Ross Stewart. I don't think Ross Stewart's going to come on loan. Some Sunderland fans again, like...
he's injured anyway.
He's injured, aye. Dougie Stewart says, when's Davey going to wind up Marco again?
I'll be on tomorrow.
You'll be on tomorrow. We take turns, me and Davey, don't we?
I'll be on tomorrow. I'll wind them up.
Mackem on a mission says, I think Sheffield Wednesday fans were too overconfident coming to the stadium. Like, did you see, Ollie, there was a post, I don't know, they're wearing the black strip Sheffield Wednesday because it's going to be Sunderland's funeral after full time.
I've not seen any of that, but I do agree that fans were too overconfident. I do agree with that because, like I said earlier, Plymouth are not a good team. They're not a good team. But Sunderland are a way better team than Plymouth. So I think we maybe the fans should have, just because we won 4-0 first game of the season doesn't mean we're going to play like that every week. We're not going to win every single game.
There's no harm in being confident. I think it was still in a lot of the Sheffield Wednesday fans as well, is because obviously our last game of the season was against Sheffield Wednesday and they beat us 2-0 and they were the better side. So I think they were confident as well. It's like, oh well, look how we did well when we were up the stadium like last time. There's no reason why we can't do it again. Of course, obviously it's a completely different scenario. I mean, we're the same. We've won 2 games and we're getting a bit cocky against Burnley. I mean, there's no to say that we could get trounced 5-0 at home off Burnley. Welcome back down to earth with a thud. I mean, it's happened with Sunderland so many times. I mean, that time when we got beat, was it 5-0 off Stoke that season?
Yeah. 5-1.
5-1. I mean, we've had some stinking results, just totally out the blue, where we're putting a decent run together and then we'll just get totally pile-drived the next game. But there's nothing wrong with being optimistic at all. But
right. You've got to be confident, though. What's the point?
Mackerman says Alan Brown was out between March 14th, 2024, March 28th, 2024, through an injury. Does not say when that injury was. Dougie says, let's hope Cirkin keeps fit. Yeah, I mean, look, it's only inevitable that'll be one day where he won't be, but the longer we keep him, the better. Dougie Stewart says, 09 could be cover at right back.
Mm-hmm.
Jim says about the goal scorer, Tertyov, he scored 60 seconds after coming on. Peter Harvey, hello, how are you doing? Clark should go for 25 to 30 million. Hopefully Mendy comes. Rick played well. Mendy and Mienda as a powerful strike force. To all Mackems, have a great week. Let us hope we beat Burnley. Yes, darling. What? What's up in the window? Oh yeah, Dougie says, look forward to that, Davey, who will be listening to you phoning in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, darling? She's the boss of my daughter. Cheers, lads. Enjoy the crack, says Ken.
Full time 1-1.
Is it full time 1-1? Back in a second, lads.
Under 20.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, Sunderland under 21s 1. Newcastle under 21s 1.
Oh, right.
We've got a good manager under 21s, Graham Murty.
Yeah.
He's good. So we were just unlucky our under 21s last season. But
I see you scored at the weekend.
Oh, for Harrogate.
Aye.
That's not far from me and Ollie, is it, Harrogate? That's not too far.
I'd say, is it about an hour and 15 or an hour and a half?
Around that, yeah. Around that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
C. Milton says, I watched Newcastle out here in Tokyo a couple of weeks ago. They lost 2-0 to Yokohama. One of the Newcastle juniors spotted my Sunderland shirt and said he was a Sunderland fan too. Richard says, really enjoyed the streams. Always, Cabbie. Have a great week, lads and lasses. So, predictions then. Ollie, what's your predictions for you against, is it Leeds? Are you at home? You're at home, aren't you?
Yeah, we're at home, Friday night. If you want me to be honest, Leeds are a good side. I know they've not been very good this season, but I just feel like I don't think with that performance against Sunderland, I just don't think we're going to beat Leeds, unfortunately. So I think we'll get a goal, but Leeds, I think they're a good side. So I think we'll lose 2-1, but I think Wednesday will put in a great performance. That's what I think.
That's what you want. It's a bit of a sort of, I mean, obviously Sheffield United, your rivals, but also a bit of a rivalry there. Yorkshire club Leeds as well, so I expect Leeds will be fetching a few over.
Yeah, they'll bring a full crowd like they usually do. Leeds are very, they've got passionate fans like you and like Sunderland and Wednesday. So
I think it'll be a decent gate for that game. To be honest with you, it'll be a tasty game. What do you reckon about Sunderland and Burnley then, Davey? Are you realistic? What you thinking?
Well, if we play like we did on Sunday, I'll be very confident of getting at least a draw, if not a 2-1 win.
I mean, you'd be happy with a point and all, eh?
Oh, definitely, way aye.
Jacob, what do you reckon against Burnley?
2-2. 2-2 draw, I think.
A Desmond 2-2 draw.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we've got 2 away games after that coming up. Isn't it Middlesbrough and Plymouth?
No, Portsmouth and Plymouth.
Portsmouth and Plymouth. And then we've got Middlesbrough at home, haven't we?
Middlesbrough at home.
And they lost. Did Middlesbrough lose to Derby at home? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1-0.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
They're a strange side. So we're nearly at just about coming at the end of the show. Have you enjoyed yourself, Ollie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been absolutely brilliant. I've loved coming on the show. Obviously, first ever time been doing something like this. So
good lad.
I mean, I'll do it again someday.
Wait, you're welcome to join. You're welcome to join next week if you want to, mate. It's up to yourself. The ball's in your court.
Tell us all about your win against Leeds.
Aye.
Yep, I'll hope for the best. I really hope we do.
Yeah.
I really hope.
You're welcome to come on here next Monday if you want to, mate. Just because it's a Sunderland channel doesn't mean anybody's welcome. Because at the end of the day, it's football at the end of the day. So
yeah.
And what's your channel called, Ollie? Or do you want to give it a plug for yourself?
Clayton08. How you spell it is CLAYTZ08.
And then
I've already subscribed to him.
Give him a sub. It doesn't cost a penny, does it, Jacob?
No, it does not. I've already subscribed to him.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much, Jake. Thank you.
I gave you a sub back.
I'll subscribe as soon as I come off here.
Sorry, what did you say?
I'll subscribe as soon as I come off here.
Thank you. It's working. It's working already. So, Davey, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes, love it.
Fantastic. Jacob, you had a can you night?
Aye, as always.
It's been great. It's been great having the Sheffield, having Ollie on. Like I say, welcome back next week if you want to come on, mate. So we will. Is there any more on the chat before we're gone? I don't want to leave anybody out. Be careful tomorrow, says Colin Major, if you go on the show, because Marco's got a dodgy ticker, Davey.
I'll look up his heart.
Dear me.
He's a legend, though, for the club, isn't he? Gabby Dino. Good player every time.
Ken says, the member says, enjoy the crack, lads. Yeah, great show, says everyone. Okay, I will wrap it up. So we'll catch you all later.
Good night, Thanks very much.
See you later.
See ya, David.